Okay, so these are the players.
What's the context of this?
So this is just a playthrough.
This is basically what he, in his kingdom, did.
These are the highlights, all right, of like 5 generations. Okay?
What did you do? Write these down?
As I was playing, I thought, yeah, might as well, because like go online and just type. You can find people's playthroughs, and they'll tell you what it is. And
It's like reading a book, man.
No, but I mean, is it something that was automatically generated, or are you literally just?
I'm just taking notes as I'm playing because I thought this was
meant to do it. I was meant to do it, but I forgot. But I'll give you my spiel as well.
So these are like the main characters. All right. So you got Duke Murchad, the Gouty of Mumu. Mm-hmm. Then Duke Brian, the Merry of Mumu. Mm-hmm. Then King Lorcan of. How do you pronounce it? Ira.
Ira.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because once you cricket. So it's the Kingdom of Ireland, all right? But it's spelled E-I-R-E.
We'll go with Ira.
Ire.
Okay. Then Earl Roger of Chanail, Prince Urk, and King Druss the Fowl of Ire. All right? So, Duke Murchad, which is the first character, the Gouty, all right? He gets married, has 2 daughters, all right? Wife tries to kill his firstborn son, because, like, you start as a character and you might have a child but not a wife, because it's too far back, they don't know who certain people
fair,
are.
Yeah.
Alright? So the new wife tries to kill his son from his first marriage because she's trying to establish her own heirs. Alright?
Okay. Yeah,
you don't even control yourself. You
right.
don't even control.
Yeah.
You don't even control your wife, her decision.
Yeah. Well, no one can anyway.
No. Yeah. Well, that's right. Well, not anymore. So then the firstborn son finally comes of age, has a daughter. Then I basically had another 2 daughters. So
when you say comes of age, is that like
16 years old?
16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So for 16 years, nothing happened.
Yeah.
Then basically where we go, have another daughter, 4 daughters now, and the only daughter dies of cancer, the heir. Alright?
Hang on. Did I just see a UFO or what?
No, there's a flash on my phone.
What are you doing?
I took a photo of the screen.
Oh.
It's a timestamp. Relax.
Okay.
Relax, me.
Relax, man.
Alright, so you had so you had 4 daughters, okay, but that first son, who was trying to be killed by the wife, he has a daughter who now dies of cancer. So now his son, who's his heir, doesn't have an heir.
Right.
Okay? Heir remarries after his wife dies. Mm-hmm. Okay? New wife is gay.
Progressive game.
In the game, if your wife is gay or if any character is gay, it reduces your chances of having children.
No, that's progressive, alright.
What did you want, man?
So it makes having child harder. King dies of old age, was 59, died comatose. Okay? New character.
Yeah.
So this is the guy with the gay wife.
Wait, hang on, can I just ask quickly, so it doesn't end at all, you just carry
Once
on
you die,
if you have an heir only?
If you have an heir, the game continues. If you don't, game over.
Alright, cool.
So it can be brutal, like, if you're not ready. Alright?
Yeah. And he can die at any time for any reason, for anything. So your main goal is to smash some chick and...
Yeah, that's basically the first thing you do in this game. Alright, so the heir takes over. So now I couldn't play as that heir, okay? Like I said, I couldn't control any of his decisions. I take him over, and I said that he has a plot trying to assassinate his lesbian wife.
I think he's jealous.
Well, because she wasn't giving me any kids.
No, I mean, I'd be jealous if I couldn't watch at least.
That's what I mean. And we're back to the regular programming.
Ding, ding, ding. No. So that's what I mean. Like, you have no control. Like, you just start, and he's got a plot going to kill his wife.
Do you have a goal going into this about how many kids you should have or
Well, that's the thing.
There's a healthy balance.
Yeah. If you have too many kids, and especially if they're male, they will quarrel over inheritance.
Too many plots and too many people.
Well, that's basically
turn on each other.
what happened with me, right? Because my first guy sort of died in the arse.
No, hang on. Who's his story?
No. I'm talking about the kids thing.
Oh, okay.
One of them was like the ruler of all rulers, like smashed it. Yeah, took over territories, fathered kids, like everything.
Vlad, yeah.
Yeah, and he had like 5, 6, 7 kids, right? Including a couple illegitimate ones who I ended up legitimizing. The next heir, I don't think it was even his son. I think it was like his nephew.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, all the kids are coming at him, claiming rights to all the titles for the land.
Yeah. So I cancelled the plot. The lesbian wife has 4 children.
With who?
Him. Man, I got to work. Don't worry.
They change. I change them back.
Stuff like you can like make life goals, and it was like become a family man. So that increases fertility. So then it cancels out like the gay the gay part.
Do they tell you what happens to the?
Not that it cancels it out, but the negative points that you get from that He's cancelled out by...
Does that tell you what
traits,
happened to
assault
the
traits.
wife's partner? The lesbian?
No, she didn't have a partner, but she was just gay.
She was just, okay.
Yeah.
So finally he has a second... So he has 3 daughters and finally a male heir. And finally a second son. 5 kids by the age of 32. That's the wife. She's 32 and she's got 5 kids.
Yeah. So all of mine were like 16, 17, 18, man.
Yeah, they're all, yeah.
Yeah.
So then he's 53, finished compiling his own book of family history. Goes into the treasury beside other... Because like you have a treasury and you like the valuable things, and it could just be like a wooden stick.
Yeah.
You know, it's like... You know, these are...
Artifacts.
Yeah, artifacts. And one of the artifacts was the tongue of an unbeliever.
Dried and fermented?
Yeah, basically petrified. So at 59 as well, come down with food poisoning, and court doctor told him to go on a spirit walk to cleanse himself.
Can you look at those artifacts individually? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, and they give you a...
Yeah, the stats bonuses and all that.
Cool.
You can either carry them with you,
Yeah.
and they help you, but then, not if you die, you don't lose them, but the air takes it over.
You can piece together where that tongue came from.
Yeah.
It's probably the wife, one of the
So then he had herbs on his spirit walk, came back possessed. Alright? Then he died mad.
Wait, you're... Okay, yeah.
So basically, if you've got food poisoning,
Yeah.
you can hire a court doctor, court physician. If they've got crap stats, they're going to give you bad advice. If they've got good stats. This one happened to have mediocre stats.
Sounds like read doctors.
Yeah. Told me to go on a spirit walk, ate some herbs and died.
What is a spirit walk?
They're Irish, man, I don't know.
Swallow this, go for a walk.
Yeah, basically. So then he dies mad, okay? Then the takeover is Lorcan of Ira. So this is a guy that consolidates and becomes a king.
Can you justifiably kill anyone?
You have to create a... You have to hatch a plot. You have to create a
And you
plot.
have to get backers.
So technically you could kill that doctor?
Yes, but you'd have to find enough people that want to kill him also.
You could just kill him, but then you take like a hit to like your reputation because it's like a tyrannical act.
Okay.
So if you don't care and you want to role play as an asshole, you can just
That's the whole
execute
point,
everyone.
man. Like, you can play any way you want. You can be like a venerable dude. You can be like a saint amongst everyone, you know, and be beatified. You could be whatever you want, warlord. But you've still got limits, yeah? You got human limits. There's no like cheat codes to like, I want all the guns in the world. Dude, it's the Middle Ages. There's no guns.
Yeah.
Sending a message to someone.
You can play in Iron Man mode as well, which basically you can't change anything.
Okay.
So you're stuck. Hardcore mode, This whole playthrough was hardcore mode.
It takes time, man. This game is a big investment.
You can tell, yeah.
Dude.
3rd generation. King Lorcan of Ira, alright? So he has a son called Urk, alright? Great promise. He's got the genius trait, brave trait, ambitious trait, and Midas touch trait at 16.
I can't believe you wrote all these down.
At 16 years old. 16 years old.
Yeah.
This is why he succeeds in the game and you don't.
I've not said that I'm not a success.
So Lorcan marries the Princess of France. His first act is to change his inheritance laws. Firstborn gets everything.
Wait, did you plan that, or is that what you wrote down that he was planning?
Yeah,
No, I did it.
It's up to you. You can change laws.
Yeah, right.
So you have inheritance laws. So basically, one of the most standard one is called Gavelkind, where the firstborn gets the main title, and then everything else is divided by the others.
Okay.
But what happens is, because they're divided, then as you go more generations away, you lose like control over that land because they might marry out of the family.
Yeah.
So by giving everything to the firstborn, it guarantees you keep everything, but all the other kids hate him.
Yeah, fair.
So I'm like,
fair
I don't care. Like, I know what I'm doing. Alright, so that's the new one. So his brother is pissed, who is Earl Roger, which is the king's brother. For some reason, I've got peace. I don't know why that's written there. Get claim on a duchy. While at war, get a message. Whole family needs to go into hiding. So it means the whole family has a plot against us.
Yeah.
So you go into hiding, can't find who's responsible. Turns out it's the brother who has his own land, he's causing strife. So this Earl Roger asks to end plot, he obliges. So he's like, alright, fine. Because you got all the power. He's only got one little county with 500 men. You got like 4,000. He's like, alright.
But you just let him off?
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you. You can throw him in a dungeon.
Yeah.
You can kill him. You can execute him. Throw him in the hole.
Okay.
I played the long game. So the guy's land I took gets invaded by an adventure host. So you get like these adventure armies that just go and try to take over stuff from Normandy. Offered to help him. He accepts. Now he loves me because they've taken over his land. He hated me.
Yeah.
There's, depending on how you invade counties.
He's using you, babe.
No, don't worry. Now he loves me. All right? Then my brother-in-law drags me into a war against England. Okay, I think it was because I married off my kids to Scotland and England, so I had alliances. England fights Scotland, and I had to pick one of them. So I went with Scotland, and it helped me consolidate the whole area because England had come into Ireland. Now, wife is pregnant, but I think it's not mine. That's something that pops up.
Okay.
So he's got a feeling he's been cucked. So I spend like crazy on spies to see if she cheated. Can't find anything.
Yeah.
So you can try and find out if she cheated on you. I can't find it. I refuse to give in to her cravings because when she's pregnant and she has cravings.
Sexual cravings?
No, food cravings.
Food craving, okay.
And to get back at her, I refuse to give her the cravings that she wants.
Right.
Has the baby, but I lose all affection because I suspected adultery.
Right. But you couldn't prove it.
Well, that's right, but he's still
doubt.
It's his own, you control them, but they still live their life where, I still think she cheated on me.
Yeah.
So you can't do anything. Now I can claim the Kingdom of Ireland, and my in-laws dragged me into war again against England. So there was peace, then back into war, winning. So these are events that pop in the game. A children's crusade appears. So apparently these things happen. An actual crusade full of children wanted to attack Jerusalem. So this actually happened in my playthrough. Right? They come to me for support. I give them money.
Of course you do.
They get stuck in Genoa. I'm gonna keep supporting to see what happens. Child Crusade crashed in Greece. Came to nothing. Leader is called crazy, and I lost prestige because I sponsored them. So I lost prestige. This is the only character that has a massive list of what happened, and yet he's the only one that doesn't have a nickname. Because all of them have nicknames because they did stuff, but he doesn't. He's the one who created the kingdom. And
Yeah.
Crusade called on Egypt. I say I'm going to go. Then Scotland attacks me. At war for 3 years with Scotland. Don't send any with Scotland. Don't send any troops to the Crusade, and then I get excommunicated because I said I was going to send them, and I sponsored it. I footed up money with Scotland. I play 3 kingdoms. I actually wrote this. Play 3 kingdoms here between England and Scotland. So I did a 3 kingdoms thing where England, Scotland, and Ireland. So I was at peace with one while we both attacked another, and then when it came to peace, then we attacked the other one together.
Yeah.
So England, Scotland on England.
It's like the ultimate betrayal.
Yes. Then I send troops to the Crusade finally. Just as I get there, Crusade ends. My son, who's because you know how you have to name beneficiaries?
Yeah.
The son, who's my youngest son, becomes a Duke of Karg, south of Cairo. Did nothing, and he gets a title. So I literally did nothing, and he still got a title because I just sent troops. So his name is Drust. Urk, remember Urk? He dies of cancer.
That's the other thing,
So
random
he gets
shit
to
happens.
21 years old, and he dies of cancer. Now, second son is there, and the heir comes of age, and there's that Drust guy down in Karg, down in south of Cairo.
Yeah.
So now Earl Roger, remember the brother? He created a faction, wants support to overthrow me because he's very jealous because he wants to become the king now. So I build hospitals in every territory except his for when a plague comes through because hospitals will help take a hit.
Yeah.
Infection doesn't spread as fast.
Yeah.
The people will recover faster. Then my character dies of severe stress because I couldn't fit in armor because he was overweight. So I decided to go on a diet, and he died of stress. Okay? Now this is the final 4th generation. King Drust takes over.
So this guy's in Cairo.
Yeah.
So you're out of Ireland, essentially.
But once he becomes king, he goes back. Because Cairo, there was just a little county in Cairo.
Yeah.
So he had something going called the carousal, where he's basically he loved partying. So that was his lifestyle that he chose. So new options for court available. So new court options come. First things I see are court eunuch, court jester, and court dwarf. So what do you think I did?
The eunuch.
Dwarf. I literally wrote this. I scoured the globe for a dwarf. Tempted him to my court with marriage. Done. And then I have a rebellion in Karg, send mercs, south of Cairo, losing a lot of money, win the war, get the Pope to do my coronation, pay 250 gold, going to debt, because you got to pay the Pope.
Yeah, I've gone into debt.
Another 100 on ceremony. So I'm in debt like anything, going to debt. Loan money from Jews. I got money from the jury. With interest. So you get interest when you do it.
Yeah.
Pope crowns me, then dies next day. The Pope dies the day after.
Sign,
exactly.
That's a good sign.
Then that county that I had a best friend who was a Nubian guy.
Yeah.
And I marry him to a Countess of Santiago.
You married a black guy to a Latina?
The Countess of Santiago. And it says, punching up. Finally won my uncle over, made him an advisor, and then godfather to my son. So this is that Earl Roger. Pope baptized heir. This one lived, so the Pope lived. Planned to ask for a crusade because the Pope loves me. Planned to carve out some territory in the Middle East for Ireland.
Yeah.
maybe Kingdom of Ireland, Jerusalem, I was thinking. I got that there. Possibly because Karg isn't far from Jerusalem. It's just a small thing up. Spanner in the works. This is basically the end. Plague, slow fever comes to Ireland, my uncle's county. Guess what happens? He doesn't have a hospital. And that's as far as I got.
So time-wise?
That's about a week's worth of gameplay.
A week?
Yeah.
Fuck.
A playthrough, depending on how fast and you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
you can play a whole playthrough in 2 weeks.
This is why, okay, I'm glad he got all that out of his system, alright? Because mine was nowhere near as ambitious, because obviously I was still cutting my teeth, yeah?
But his is much more, tyrannical and psychopathic.
I can see.
Mine is just like, see a
I
territory.
don't duplex to assassinate.
Slow. I spent because I'm only testing the waters, so I became fixated on wiping out anyone who betrayed me, and just wanted.
I think that's the amateur way to do it. Yeah,
slowly expand my territory, slowly, right? And I spent too much time and money just hatching plots, basically. All right,
but I think that's what most people would do going into that. Yeah,
straight off the bat.
You have to take it slow.
This is where my understanding of this man sort of hit ahead, right? I know he loves these type of games, right? These strategy sort of god games, right? But it doesn't just stop there. It's like Total War, Rome, where you see literally military units on the ground, all that sort of shit. Dude, I didn't look at my style of gameplay as anywhere nearly as analytical as he did. It does, alright? He's hatching plots, marriage plots.
Remember when we played? Is this what you're getting at?
We had a game online together, but it only lasted 20-30 minutes because it crashed, right?
Crashed and we couldn't get going.
He was already, he'd already hit me up for a marriage proposal between, one of his sons or something, or daughters. I was like Greece, he was in Rome.
What are you
doing? And I remember saying, what are you doing, man? I was like, I'm already 4 steps ahead. He's already seeing where he can get his influence in the Greece. Yeah. I hadn't even launched an army. I had nothing, man. I was still trying to fill out the game. He's already got, brides waiting in the shallows just to try and get in.
I can't imagine seeing his notes, 10 minutes into that game.
Like a notebook.
Another book!
Yeah, it's crossed out. No, that won't work.
Yeah. Right? And I thought about it. I'm like, hang on, man. I've watched this guy play these games for 20-odd years, man. Literally, you know what I mean? Total War, these sort of stuff. And he's thinking, even with Fallout and all that shit, it's the same thing. He goes for these cross-hatched, just conspiracy, full, what's it called when, it's like a betrayal in the army? Mutiny. Yeah. It's he's full going for mutinies. And dude, the game is so layered, right? Where it's so, confusing. If you're only cutting your teeth, you really can only play one way. Yeah. Until you figure it out.
Brute force.
And then you dip your toe in another section and okay, I'll tinker with that. Yeah. This idiot has always come back down to this complete Total War, Caesar
top down
state.
View. Yeah.
Considering he's so, compared to me, so conservative, right, compared to me, right? Just even, outspoken-wise, personality. But when it gets to these games, man, dude, he's got a copy of The Art of War in his house.
Yeah, I do actually.
That he's read multiple times. Yeah. I've listened to him talk about the Three Kingdoms in China. Yeah. And he's naming generals, strategies, how battles were won, why they were lost.
He's got big plans for the future.
Dude, how he could literally, I kid him all the time. But
I know where the spark is to light if I want to get Victoria to revolt, basically.
Yeah. He could literally tell you, this kingdom failed for this reason, and if they could have done this to avoid it, and this is the outcome we would see today. Literally. As a conservative person, man, the most conservative here, and the most what's the word I'm looking? Not when you pull back, when you bite your tongue. Yeah, whereas I just sort of vomit all over the line. Yeah, you just take your pants off and walk away.
I'm getting close. That's it, boys. All right, I'm out.
Yeah. Dude, I got a window into the insanity that brews behind that desk.
Yeah. And you have to shut that window fast.
I'm telling you, it opened my mind. I was like, what the really? Because I was sitting there oh my God, I'm taking over the land. Yeah. I've been playing 2 hours. This guy, Fred.
You went like, I think it was like a game mode where you do Shattered Realm, it's called, and basically no countries exist.
Yeah.
Every country is broken down into counties. So, like,
Yeah, I didn't go.
Italy doesn't exist, Greece doesn't exist. The land is there, but he became, I think you were the Duke of Sparta, and I went to...
Yeah, reasonably close to where my mum's from. Yeah,
and I did like the Duke of Rome, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And my plan was to reunite Rome, Italy, make the Roman Empire on the west. I told him, you know what you should do? You should try and do the Byzantium, do the east. Then we'll
link up somewhere.
We'll meet
right.
up.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking was, like, basically I'll start marrying into his family. So then, because what happens is, like, if we're both player one,
Yeah.
when they have their first kid, who becomes that player?
Right, yeah. I know what you're getting at. Yeah.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with it.
I was thinking, just keep playing along to my little, like, strings here, Dim.
You're fucked.
Nah, I'm just joking.
Seriously.
Yeah.
He's not joking.
No. It crossed my mind for like 10 seconds, but I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do you that.
It's something. I was going to say, like,
And then the crash happened.
And then the crash happened. I spoke it out. That's why the crash happened.
I was going to say, the one thing. You guys are both fucked.